Sheary. That one came off Stallberg. It's Schultz working it back in deep. Fresh from the bench, it's Crosby. Crosby on Kunitz. Shot.
That was the very last moment the Ottawa Senators tasted playoff hockey. Game 7, double OT, they were one goal away from the Stanley Cup final. That goal sparked a dark and downward spiral that sent the franchise on a long and painful 8-year rebuild. And while the last few years the Sens have flirted with the potential of sneaking into a playoff spot, they have kept falling short. This year, though, feels different. Being in the first wildcard spot with a legitimate shot at making it in since that moment in 2017, Sens fans can taste it. And if they can pull it off, Ottawa can be a sleeper to make some noise. So what's changed this season? Well, let's take a deeper look. The wild card race in the East has been ridiculous, but one team that has taken their game to the next level has been the Ottawa Senators. Since March 1st, the team is 6-0-1. They're second in the NHL in goals for per game, second in goal differential, and first in even strength goals. Aside from this video being the kiss of death jinx that ultimately puts me in witness protection from Sens fans, this team is finally starting to put it together and doing so in a way that deeply aligns with having success in the NHL. And if their play continues, they could potentially be an intriguing underdog come playoff time. Now, being first in the league in even strength offense in this span is a solid start, and it stems from their rather simplistic and straightforward style of play in the offensive zone. Coach Travis Green has them deploy a more shoot and retrieve style of play that Florida has used to dominate play. Most teams in the offensive zone want to spread out and create space. Florida says fuck that, and they lean into getting into tight for support, winning battles, and making plays where the space is very limited. Obviously, when the playoffs roll around and space naturally shrinks due to physicality as well as better defensive teams, that style translates very nicely. So, since this is a copycat league and everyone's trying to perfect the previous year's model to build a winner, it's no surprise that Ottawa, an interdivisional rival, wants to employ the same philosophies in the O-Zone. This stretch of play proves just how well the Sens are executing that strategy. When you look at their goals at even strength, a lot of it has followed this model. Get in on the forecheck, get numbers on the puck, go low to high, and then put it on net. Rinse and repeat. It's extremely simple, but it requires effort, buy-in, and trust among everyone on the ice. In their recent game against Boston, they ate them alive with this mentality. It all starts with a 50-50 battle, but look at Perron get his feet moving to support while the Boston defender just glides to the play. What do you know? He's first to the puck. Shocker. They keep it simple, go low to high, and knowing that most teams in the NHL collapse and get tight coming out of the corner, the point is the safest option. Shot makes the field goal, but Batherson and the Sens are first to the puck again and bury off the glass. Their second goal is more of the same. Two Sens stay tight for support. They want to make sure every loose puck is met with a battle, and even as it makes its way across the zone, the Sens stay ready to support any one-on-one battle to gain possession. Low to high, shoot, retrieve, do it again, launch a piss missile, and then selly. Now let's go back to looking at Florida, because the Panthers doubled down on this aggression by having very active D. Their F3s have been hardwired to support that pressure from the blue line so defenders can step up with complete confidence that someone has their back. Oh, and having Alex Barkov as your F3 helps too. But the Sens want to do the same on this level of puck support and aggression, and it only works when there's cohesion from everyone on the ice. On the Sens' fourth goal against Boston, they get into their 1-2-2 forecheck and force a rimmed play up the wall. The D, without hesitation, can step up and seal the pass because Ottawa has the F3 in the right spot for support. Coach's wet dream right there. He recovers, throws it on net, and Ottawa continues to run Boston's show. Again, in this game, this starts with the Sens constantly trying to outman their opponent, have support, and retrieve possession. Now, as this play makes it up the boards, Ottawa wants to suffocate their opponent, and you may see them do this with their D shorting the zone. Shorting the zone basically means that the defenseman is moving their position lower in the O-zone. The Rangers have very little space to operate and make a play, and there's that trusty F3 there to support in case things get hairy, and it's just elbow grease and determination from there. Now, clearly, this style isn't fancy. It's why they rank 17th in goals for in the league, because it doesn't exactly promote generating high quality chances. Going low to high and throwing pucks on net is good for creating shot volume, but if you want to really be dangerous, you have to be able to attack the slot. If they can carry possession up high and have their players create tiny seams in coverage while funneling pucks into the middle, that can add a whole new layer to their attack when they have possession. Instead, most of their quality chances come off a strong forecheck that usually forces a turnover. Sens get into that 1-2-2 forecheck, and instead of the F1 angling the puck carrier, he's going to go straight at him. That forces him to rush the pass, and here's how quickly things can go wrong on a breakout with a good forecheck. The Philly center clearly wants this puck on his backhand, but he's unaware that Cousins' stick can easily be in that lane. Now, as the puck carrier with immediate pressure and taking in all this info in a split second, the pass is rushed. It's no bueno with it being behind him, and Cousins steps right up. That's what they call meat and potato style of hockey, just in your face constantly. And no better catalyst for that style is indeed a Tkachuk. Perhaps the best part of Ottawa's style is that it directly complements its captain. Brady Tkachuk leads all forwards in expected goals for with 32.1. In case you don't know what expected goals means, it's when a team or player is generating more quality scoring chances than their opponents based on statistical models that evaluate shot quality. With Brady being the net front monster that he is, he takes a lot of shots. He's third in the NHL there and well above average in slot shots per 60. He excels in the most dangerous part of the ice, which is in and around the net. Now, for a team that wants to also thrive on winning 50-50 puck battles, Tkachuk leads the charge with his 6'4", 225 frame. With any encounter in the corner, Tkachuk initiates contact and is always putting his body in between the puck and the defender. Even when he's going up against a big boy in Simone Evanson, who's 6'6" and weighs 226, watch him absorb the contact, pin himself up against the boards, and the second he feels that separation, he slips it to his forehand, catapults himself into space, and sets up a goal. What's special about Brady, though, is he ain't all muscle. If he can't leverage his body, he's sneaky good at making a well-timed stick lift to pick a defender's pocket and gain possession. Just when you think he's on your tail waiting to crush you, the guy becomes a thief and steals your soul. It's why he ranks well above average when it comes to individual ozone recoveries. Brady Tkachuk is a monster at getting possession down low, and when the Sens get the puck to the point, that's where he becomes the deadliest. At the net, he can tip pucks and use that frame to get in the eyes of goalies. His sheer presence alone demands multiple bodies to attend to him, yet he still finds a way to bang in goals. It is no coincidence that the Sens want to mimic the Panthers. Considering they both have Tkachuks who thrive in these systems, it only makes sense. Now, where the Sens have seen the most improvement, though, is defensively. Last year, their goals against was 28th in the league. Stopping a beach ball would have been quite the challenge for them. This year, they're a top 10 team in this category. Couple reasons. Obviously, first, Linus Ullmark. The Sens finally get a bona fide number one goalie. He's having a solid season so far, and in this stretch, he's been one of the best goalies in the league. Not to mention, the guy is literally making Superman saves out there, so good luck scoring on that. But structurally, though, they're a lot more sound, especially when it comes to defending the rush. Forwards and defenders have been doing a way better job at gapping up and forcing plays outside the middle of the ice in the neutral zone. Any potential rush plays that may materialize are more frequently being forced to settle for a routine dump-in and Ottawa possession. Of course, this structure has opened up their own rush game. By stuffing plays at the blue line and creating turnovers, Ottawa's talent can get an odd man rush and score a goal. In their own end, the Sens do a relatively good job at killing plays along the wall down low, with all 5 players getting tight in a zone coverage. If Ottawa sends 2 defensemen in the corner, the weak side winger will protect the slot while the center will get low to outman the opponent and start the rush the other way. And even when things get ugly in one area, their structure in another can help save a goal. Also, if it becomes a full-blown fire drill, well, at least Sens fans now have Linus Ullmark. Putting all this together, the Ottawa Senators are a much improved team. The organization is painfully close to taking the next step and making the playoffs. And if they do, by finishing in their current spot, they could go head-to-head with the very team they're trying to become. Until then, we'll have to wait and see if we get the Tkachuk Bowl in round 1 of the NHL playoffs. Once again, big shout out to Sport Contract for all the analytics in this video. They are the best platform for coaches and scouts when it comes to breakdowns, so make sure you check that out in our description. And also, click that subscribe button. You guys are nuts. We're almost at 250,000 subscribers. It's awesome. Thank you so much for the support. And as always, if you want to see more content, turn on notifications and, well, subscribe.